Well, hello, welcome to my kitchen. In Dothan, Alabama, we take peanuts very, very seriously. As a matter of fact, we call ourselves the peanut capital of the world. Over 50% of the peanuts that are sold here in the United States are harvested right here in our Wiregrass area. And the National Peanut Festival is coming up in a few weeks, and I thought, wow, what a better time to share a peanut butter pie recipe than right now. This is so simple and easy, and it starts with a chocolate pie crust. I made this morning using chocolate animal crackers. My grandkids, my youngest two, Annabelle and Frank, absolutely love animal crackers. So I have all flavors in my pantry, and the chocolate ones make a delicious chocolate crust, just like a graham cracker crust, but it's chocolate instead. Now, if you don't want to make a crust, you can definitely buy the store-bought kind. This is a 9-inch pie filling that we're going to make here. So you'll need a 9-inch chocolate crust. Now, the pie filling is super simple and it is delicious. I'm starting with a block of cream cheese. This is at room temperature, so it's nice and soft. And I'm also adding the peanut butter. What would a peanut butter pie be without peanut butter, right? And the recipe calls for a half of a cup, but with this, you can definitely use more if you'd like. And I'm gonna eyeball this half of a cup. You can use up to 1 cup in this recipe, and that works out just fine. I'm using creamy peanut butter, and you know, I almost used my extra crunchy for this because that happens to be my favorite, but for a smoother, creamier texture, I'm gonna use my smooth peanut butter. Now, if you do choose to use more than a half of a cup, you want to use equal parts powdered sugar. Half a cup peanut butter, half a cup powdered sugar. 3/4 cup, 3/4 cup powdered sugar, and so on. Now, I think that my hand was a little heavy there with my peanut butter, so I'm gonna add just a little bit more powdered sugar. And I'll set that aside. Now I have my hand mixer, and I am going to mix this at a low speed just until everything is really blended together. All right, this is blended, so now I'm going to take it up a few notches and increase my speed and get it nice, whipped, and creamy. So here we go. Oh, that is so good. And now I'm going to add Cool Whip to this peanut butter mixture. The recipe calls for 16 ounces of Cool Whip, and that is 8 ounces in your pie filling and then another 8 ounces on the top. I personally don't want 8 ounces on the top of my pie, so I buy the 8 ounces and I use what I want on the top, and then I put the rest in the refrigerator. Now what I'm gonna do is start taking this Cool Whip about 1/3 at a time, and I'm gonna fold this in my peanut mixture. Now, when you fold something, you need to scoop it from the bottom and then just begin to fold it right through the middle. It smells so good. Listen, whenever I'm hungry and I just need a quick fix me up, I will grab a spoon of extra crunchy peanut butter, and that totally does the trick for me. As a matter of fact, I like peanut butter so much that I actually have to have my husband hide it from me on occasion. Sometimes I will go on a peanut butter binge. I'm sure you never do that. But I've been known to a time or two. So the peanut butter can be dangerous at my house, especially late at night. Now I'm gonna keep folding this in until it's all mixed together. We're really looking forward to the Peanut Festival. You know, the first recipe contest that I was ever in was the Peanut Festival. It was actually with my mother's help because I was all of 3 years old, and my mother entered that year as well, and she actually won. Me, not so much. I did get my picture in the paper along with my mother and my grandmother, and that is a treasure. That particular year, it was 4 generations entering into the National Peanut Festival Recipe Contest. So to have that picture of my grandmothers and my mother, along with me and my caramel apple that my mother helped me make, is such a treasure to this day. Look at this. This is folding in so nicely. And I'm not opposed to having just a few swirls in there. You don't have to have it perfect. Just get it blended. And if you see a swirl or two, that is quite all right. Now, I've got my pie crust. And this is going right in. This is such an easy thing to make when you just need a quick something, no baking. If you buy the store-bought crust, then just keep your oven off and you've really got something quick and easy. Smooth this out. Look at this. This does need to chill. The longer it sits, the better it gets. So you're going to want to keep it in the refrigerator for, gosh, at least an hour. But if you can make it the day ahead and then the next day serve it, it's perfect. Let's just see how this is. Oh. That is so good. There's enough peanut butter to know it's peanut butter, but it's not overpowering with peanut butter. It's sweet, and the cream cheese just gives it a delicious balance. You know, it almost tastes like a peanut butter cheesecake. I don't know if you've ever been to the Cheesecake Factory and you've had their Reese's peanut butter cheesecake. Oh, this, not quite to their standard, but hey, for just spending a few minutes in the kitchen and getting something that tastes like this, I'm all in. Now, I've got a little bit more of my whipped cream, and I'm gonna put this over the top. Right over. I had maybe about 1/3 of my 8-ounce container left. As I said, I really don't like a lot of whipped cream on this pie because the filling is already really rich and creamy. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I like the pie to peek through. So, and that will form. That's good too. Now for my garnish. This is a completely optional ingredient, but I've got some chocolate chips, or as a matter of fact, they're chocolate drops. I love these. They're milk chocolate. And I'm just gonna grab just a few. One more for good measure. And I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds at half power. And I'm going to stir and keep doing that until this is melted. And I'm going to go check on honey. My chocolate looks perfect. You have to be really careful with chocolate because it scalds easily. Ooh, and this bowl is hot. Yikes. I'm taking a fork because a fork works better when you're just drizzling chocolate. Now this chocolate is going to harden in the refrigerator and make it even more like a Reese's cup. This just gets me excited. That looks just right. Well, you saw that it only took minutes to make this gorgeous, delicious pie that looks like you've spent all day in the kitchen making. If you wanted to, you could add some dry roasted peanuts to the top, but I think for today, I'm just gonna keep this pie nice and smooth and creamy. So this is going to sit in the refrigerator for a little while. Thanks so much for joining me today. As I always say, you are a blessing to me. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thanks for liking them, sharing them with your friends. Just enjoy whatever it is that you're doing today. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.